Yeah, basically I was actually recording some Commodore 128D footage with this, and I decided to scrap that altogether and make the previous video on the Commodore 128, but I decided to just throw up this video anyways because it shows you a bit about the ports and all the other stuff that actually is the Commodore 128D. So yeah, a follow-up video, so to speak. Okay, so here we have my Commodore 128D, and this is the built-in disk drive, and it comes with a protection drive transport protection thing. So this is the front of the machine, and this is actually the side of the machine. As you can see, the keyboard is actually stored underneath, and I'll show you how that is done. And this is actually the keyboard connector. It's a very robust connector, very reminiscent of a serial port interface. These are the two joystick ports, the reset switch, and there's a drive, a reset, and a reset, so you can actually reset the drive separately from the system. So yeah, the other side features a handle and the on-off switch, a carry handle, which is this device. There's ventilation grill, and actually this system features a fan. On the back it features two plastic tabs that probably I'm not sure why they are used. I'm curious after perhaps it's a way to hook up the cord or something. This is actually a power 3-prong kettle lead power thing, user port, something that is a special port, RGB port for the 80 column video. It's an RF and a channel mode thing, video, serial, cassette port, and the expansion port. Basically pretty much like what a real Commodore 64 or 128 would look like. And in the background you can hear the toilet being flushed. Now what we can do is actually use the handle to set up, to lift up the machine and send it on its end, so you can actually see what it looks like from underneath. And you can actually see that here's this PC style keyboard that is actually stored underneath. And this is actually the tab. It's a model C128D. It's the PAL version. Serial number is 78,761, and it is made in Germany. And this is actually the first model of the 128K, which could not be sold in America because the case is all plastic and it didn't meet RF regulations for the American market. So they actually redid the Commodore 64 with a metal casing around it. So yeah, let's see if I can remove the keyboard. Well, removing the keyboard should be easy by just pulling back on those tabs, and the keyboard should lift up, and it does actually. And it also it is kept in place by these 3 tabs. So you just lift up the keyboard like so, and it folds out, and there's actually a compartment for storing the keyboard connector. And this actually pretty much looks like a serial port connector, and that's actually going into this port. So yeah, I thought it would be a good idea to just set it up and see how it works. It really looks like a PC, doesn't it? So let me find the monitor for it. Okay, so I've turned on the monitor, and there's a bit of an issue with the monitor, but let's turn on the system. And it boots in black and white, and that's because the monitor has an issue with color. I have to press yes, and now it is actually in. Not sure if you can see, but it's green, and it displays the Commodore 64, the Commodore Basic, and if you press Go 64, oops, oh, there's caps lock, shift lock. If you press Go 64, Go 64, and you press enter, then it asks you sure, and if you press yes, enter, then it actually boots into a Commodore 64 mode. And I'm not sure if you are able to hear, but actually there's a fan in the system, which I wasn't aware of. I didn't know that this system actually had a fan. I think I'm going to try to put the camera on the tripod and see if I can record some footage like that. Hello there. Okay, so I've got a couple of diskettes. And I've got the CPM 3 discs, and let's boot it into the CPM 3. So I'll just press the reset button. So it'll just boot into the Commodore 128 mode, and it says booting CPM plus. Oh, my chair! I mean, this the quality of this video is just abysmal. But you know, I'm pulling a shift, and this is all I can do. So this is my Commodore 128D video, and this monitor really is capping up a bit. So it actually basically gives you an A prompt, and you can type dir, just like on MS-DOS. Basically, this is actually a precursor to MS-DOS. Let me see, help. There's a lot of things that are very similar to MS-DOS. Help, mag, save, type, submit, mem. Not found. So basically this monitor is actually giving up the ghost a bit, because it's supposed to, yeah, there's just the connector is just a bit rotten, I guess. Yeah, the connector on it is a bit rotten. Okay, this may actually this may actually help. Let's boot up some other stuff. This is actually quite a fast and fluent version of Arkanoid, very much superior to the original Commodore 64 version.